NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
A man coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Oh, no. The first throw of his career is intercepted.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Denzel Perryman with a sack.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here's the fourth-year man, J.K. Dobbins.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw.
Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Stroud now to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Room past the 35.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's got to feel good to hit up one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
To about the 48-yard line. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson now. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 22.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Bauer shows here that he is a student of the craft whose mentality is simply, I'm going to take the football away from defenders. A tenacious player and almost a clone of Steve Smith Sr., somebody else who had some really good seasons in Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Will Anderson.
That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
Tucker's kick is good.
And the Ravens strike first at 3 zip.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Stroud. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, today, of course, not just the start of the new campaign. It's the debut of DeMeco Ryans as the Houston head coach. Now, we saw him plenty with the 49ers, what he was able to do with that defense. Charles, what do you think he brings to the table for these Texans?
He brings football intelligence. He brings enthusiasm. He brings creativity. This guy wanted to be the head coach of the Houston Texans, twice a Pro Bowler with them in the NFL. He's come home. Now he wants to finish what he started as a player as a head coach. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
Those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And a pretty good burst there as he gets us across midfield and down to the 46. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Coming in, he really liked to
his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
No, we changed it.
To throw again is Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Give to Pierce now on the option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Stroud now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
On second down, it's Stroud. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. He's across midfield.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now it's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
We need these points, guys. We need it in now. Oh, we need these 3 points.
To throw is Jackson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend.
It's a new season, so both these coaching staffs are likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Derailing that play from the start was Christian Harris. He got back there and stuck him for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Play action. It's Jackson. Complete to Likely. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Beckham, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Texans, nothing. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Option right, here's Stroud. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Xavier Hutchinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First down, Houston.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. Flush to his right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 26 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, They feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A very solid gain of 27.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. And in an afternoon where just about everything's going right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
They go play action with Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They run the toss with Dobbins. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Jackson now. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And some room to run now. Now he's free at the 35. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Dobbins diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be second down.
The second down throw now from Stroud.
And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
113 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
A give up the middle.
And the ball is knocked out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Stroud here on 3rd and long.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Uses the spin.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lead.